All right, going on with this, application procedures. This is the Brent Sears Memorial Scholarship for high schoolers in Alberta, Canada, but I'm just using it as an example. An application form is available at the Sexsmith Secondary School Counseling Office or the Peace Wapiti Education Foundation, wherever that is. I guess you're going to have to know, you're going to have to be familiar with the scholarship to understand that. Applications must be postmarked no later than June 15th. There's a deadline. Always know the deadlines. Have those marked out, be planning for them. I would recommend getting it June 1st if that's the deadline, or even a month ahead of time. I think it's a very smart practice for you to set your deadlines a month ahead of time on these scholarships and then try really hard to stick with them. And that comes from being the guy who did the scholarship applications the night before and was really sweating it. Please submit a transcript of marks with your application. So you're going to go to your guidance office, this student would, and get their grades and have them put in with the application. Students will be notified of their status of their application in September, so you know you have to wait till September until you're going to hear back. Scholarship funds are available after the Peace Wapiti Foundation confirms the applicant's enrollment. So they have to see that you're in a school before this foundation will release the money to you. So here they talk about the Brent Sears Memorial Scholarship. I think this should be up top, but for whatever reason they put it here. So it's going to give you information on Brent Sears and who he was. Brent, a graduate of Sexsmith Secondary School, carried on his studies and obtained a bachelor's degree, a bachelor's of education, and a master's of business administration and agriculture. Later, Brent became a teacher at Sexsmith Secondary School. He was a local farmer who had a passion for education, sciences, agriculture, and animals. Brent has expressed his strong commitment in Sexsmith Secondary School students by funding these scholarships through his estate. With the help of Pat and Ray Sears, in memory of their son, Warren Brent Sears, his wishes have been carried out. The scholarship is designed to assist Sexsmith Secondary School graduates in pursuit of a career in agriculture, trades, or education. So that's pretty much it. It gives you a background of the values of the donor. And you want to be the type of candidate that mirrors those values as closely as you possibly can to be the best candidate for the award. So you may be reading this and say, well, none of this is applicable to me, or I don't go to the school, so I'm not an applicant. And the majority of scholarships out there, that's true. But if you find enough of them and do enough research and have a solid year to plan, any student with a solid year to plan could easily get in for this scholarship. And if you're an elementary teacher, if you're not even in education, you would have a good chance at this, because the chances of people going for agriculture or animal science or even the sciences and knowing about the award are usually fairly small. So just applying for the award is a step in the right direction. Now this is the application process. I'm just going to run through it quickly just to give you an idea of what they're looking for and how easy it can be. But this is name, address, town, city, postal code, home address, self-fax, year of graduation, post-secondary institution, the college you're attending, the location, where it is, program of study, what you're studying, extracurricular activities, and community involvement. See this here? This is just where you're going to put down all the things that you've done. And so if you have a decent list and you've thought it through in advance, you can put down interesting things. If the first one is Habitat for Humanity, and the second is breast cancer research or breast cancer fundraising, things like that, selling pink ribbons, you can talk about all these different things that you've done in your community. Maybe things with your church or your community center might be other things that you could put down here, and ways that you've been involved. In this space provided, please explain how you meet the criteria requirements of financial need, work ethic, personal qualities, and citizenship. This is the essay. And I would recommend typing out an essay, making it a page, and not doing this, because if you handwrite it, it's just going to look sloppy. I would ask the people who are administering the scholarship if that's okay, but this is your essay to why you want to be considered for the award and why you would be a good candidate and why you would be a good investment. So on this one, you just put down all the things, or all the reasons why and why you meet the criteria. And you talk about your financial state, how you've worked hard, the personal qualities that you have like determination and, again, hard work. You want to have that one as being one. Maybe how you've worked on a farm for a summer. That would be a huge help to you. Even if you go into a different field, that you have agricultural experience and you understand and have the same values as the donor or the person who the scholarship's in memory of. Because if you do, then it makes you a better candidate. Also, citizenship. What do you do that's good for people around you? Because they want to give money to people who are going to do good things later. And so that is the beginning of what you have to do. This is the last thing. Applicant signature, saying that basically all the above is true. They don't say that, but it's implied. The date, and then the deadline again is June 15. Forward completed application and transcript to the guidance department at Smith Secondary School. That is a huge red flag for you. You should know by that that that's the place you need to talk to. And then these two women, Mrs. Walker and Mrs. McNabb, if they're still there, they are extremely important, because I guarantee they're going to be two of the people who are making the decision on this scholarship as to who gives it out. Usually it's not the donors. Usually this is the care of the institution that's holding the award. So you want to make sure that you talk to Mrs. Walker and Mrs. McNabb, maybe have them help you with your essay, even crazy enough to proofread it, because when they see you're involved, they're going to remember that when they're most likely, I'm guessing, on the scholarship committee. So on this video I went a little over, but it finishes exactly what this scholarship needs and what you need to do from there. So that's pretty much how a scholarship works.